Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my little creative corner if you're new. In this video I show you how to make an advent calendar out of envelopes and an old pizza or cereal box. What you will need are some envelopes. I mixed some old ones to recycle them with some small bags and some new envelopes to get to 24. You will need some decorative paper and a pizza or cereal box for the cover. Some Christmas wrapping paper and washi tape for decorations, stamps, pens and yarn or lace ribbon, as well as some wood ornaments, tags, doilies, stickers or any other Christmas ephemera you have at hand for decoration. These are the things I will use today. You will also need an X-Acto knife, some glue, some yarn and a needle. I started my process by coffee staining some of the envelopes to get a nice vintage look. Now you take two envelopes and lay them side by side. The left one facing downwards, the right one facing up. Then tape them together. I add half a book page on top. It makes it more stable and adds a nice decorative touch. Here you see me create other versions with some tanned paper and some Christmas wrapping paper. I repeat the process until I have all my small envelopes in a set of two. And I wrap my old envelopes in Christmas paper to add them to the mix. Now I fold the bigger old envelope in half. This is how they will become part of our book later. This process I repeat for all my old envelopes. Here I create another version of a pocket out of some craft paper. Cut your paper to the size of two envelopes and fold it in half. To make the pocket, you will need some smaller parts of the paper, some yarn and a needle. To sew the smaller part onto the large one, add 3 sides to create your tuck spot. Now you repeat the process on the outside of your page. This will make it possible to exit both of your pockets when sewn into the book later on. When you have all your 12 pages done, sort them into 4 signatures with 3 pages each. Next, you have to sew together all the single signatures. If you enjoy art and crafts videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join me on my creative journey. The next step, now that all our signatures are done, is to create the cover page. Therefore, we have to start with our pizza or cereal box and cut it to the right size. First, I open the box on the side to get one flat piece of cardboard. Now I measure the width of my spine and mark the size of my pages and cut it to size. I made my cover half a centimeter bigger than the inside segments. I also did cut another part of cardboard the size of the spine. This will be the part where we sew on our signatures later, before we glue it into the cover. To make this part look nice, I covered it with some Christmas paper as well as the cover. First, I covered the outside and taped the paper on the inside. Now I add some embellishments and decorative elements to the outside cover. After finishing my outside cover, I add some wrapping paper on the inside to cover up all the masking tape and studs. Now I have to make one slit down the middle of the wrapping paper, because otherwise we can't close our cover. Here I mark 4 points onto our back, one for each signature, and use a safety pin to poke a hole. This will make it more easy to sew on the signature. I start at the first hole, lay down my first signature and let the thread go down the middle to the first hole on the bottom. Then I pull the string tight. Now come back up through the second hole on the bottom, lay down your second signature, so the yarn is again in the middle of it. Go down through the second hole on the top of the cardboard and pull the string tight. Then repeat the process for the other 2 signatures and make a knot when you're done. I also added a piece of tape to my knots in the end to make it extra secure. Now that we're nearly finished with our building part of the Advent calendar, I decided to start decorating before gluing in the envelopes into our cover, because it makes the whole process of getting to each individual page for decoration way more easy. Now I add every single number for each day and decorate the envelopes and bags in different ways, adding some ephemera or quotes. After finishing the decorations, we can now glue our envelope book into the cover. For this step, I used some strong liquid glue. I would recommend to use craft or wood glue. Before we can start filling it up with some little presents, we have to let it dry for a bit. It depends on what glue you use. Here a little flip through of my finished advent calendar before getting into my tips and recommendations for little gifts you can put inside. Here are some ideas and tips on what to include in the advent calendar for a friend or family member. Sticky notes, Christmas tags, zero waste makeup wipe, washi tape samples, Christmas teas, Christmas magnet, a little notebook, some stickers, or maybe a coupon for a fun activity to do together. Now you just have to fill up each envelope, put a nice little ribbon around the book, and your advent calendar is ready to go. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's DIY. If you did, a thumbs up would make me really happy. And if you enjoy art and crafts videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join me on my creative journey.